Remaining front and center on the presidential campaign. So what are the biggest concerns of business owners? White Castle is a family-owned business, and Griff Jenkins spoke to the company's family spokesperson.
Greta, the story of White Castle began in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas, thanks to a young entrepreneur by the name of Billy Ingram. Today, over 91 years later, it's still family-owned and operated. And we spoke with the family spokesman, Jamie Richardson, a fourth-generation man himself, and he says there's a lot at stake in this election. Well, Jamie, how big is White Castle? I've seen them all over Ohio and the Midwest, but how big are you guys?
We're a family-owned business. We have 10,000 employees, and we have 409 restaurants in 12 states.
You've got that down pat. White Castle is very much family-run, owned. As you guys look into this election, what matters most to you? What are you focused on?
There's a lot on our minds. I think the big focus for a lot of us in business, restaurants and our family-owned business, is more certainty. Everywhere we turn, we have lots of unanswered questions. One of the big things that's hitting us really hard, that impacts our costs very dramatically, is the Affordable Care Act. When we look at the new health care law, there's nothing affordable about it.
Whether it's Governor Romney or President Obama, if you could offer just a few bits of wisdom or advice as they fine-tune their message to guys like you, an icon in the food industry, but still American family-owned, what are the three things they need to drill down on?
That's a great question. I'd say the three things would be really focusing in on what it's like in the real world. Sometimes I think a lot of the people in Washington live in the textbook world, and that's great, but the fact of the matter is that when we get $1 in sales, we don't get to keep that dollar, that there are a lot of costs that go along with it. So I'd encourage them to come and work at the White Castle nearest them, to get behind the counter and see firsthand what a day's like in the life of a White Castle team member. They're the greatest people on the planet, and they'd see firsthand the struggles and the challenges we face to create and provide more jobs. Secondly, I think there needs to be a big focus in terms of the big costs and the big burdens that have been put on business in the past 4 years. We've seen the toughest challenge we've seen in our history other than the Great Depression. We've made it through the Great Depression, World War II, countless conflicts. This is one of the toughest times we've ever faced. We're able to survive because as a family-owned business, we've been focused on doing the right things and having patient capital and providing that opportunity for growth that our team members crave. And the third thing would be looking to the future to understand where to invest and where to eliminate barriers to growth and giving people a chance to vote with their dollars and not trying to restrict that activity. The American consumer will come back stronger than ever, but right now they're making leftovers last longer. We call that around our place L cubed, because there's so much uncertainty. They want to keep every penny, and we want to encourage that confidence that we know this is the greatest country on the planet at the greatest time in history, and so we think there's a lot to be said for that.
Now, President Obama says that he wants to continue to provide tax cuts for businesses like yours, but you don't see it coming.
What we've seen is, especially as a family-owned business, President Obama has been very clear in terms of his views on the estate tax. We disagree. We think that one of the greatest things for the economy is allowing family-owned businesses to remain family-owned. One of the greatest impediments to that is an estate tax that is so draconian and so backwards, it actually forces family-owned businesses, whether it's the family farm or a local enterprise or a business like White Castle, to reconsider their structures in terms of how they can even continue to be prosperous and give back to their team members. We know family business has something we call patient capital and doing the right thing by the team members and their people because they're investing in the future. When you put a burdensome estate tax into the mix, that's not good policy for allowing those family businesses to continue to grow.